Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Reynolds Outdoors. It's been quite a while since we've done another video. We've been extremely busy. As you probably all know, the 2020 was a stellar, crazy year for especially in the gun business, but rest assured we're going to be continuing these videos moving forward. And we've been getting some requests on our last top 3 shotguns for under 1,000 to do one right at 2,000. Some people were asking for that in the comment section, so here we go. This is our top 3 picks, or best sellers if you will, of our semi-automatic shotguns. This is the top of the list, the most sought after shotguns, most asked about shotguns we have here in the store. And we're gonna go over each one a little bit, touch on some key features, and then give some personal input at the end, things we like, maybe some things we don't like. But I'm going to go ahead and let Micah kick us off with the Browning A5 Wicked Wing.
Yeah, so as Seth said, this is what I call the holy trinity of shotguns. They're 3 of our highest price, but best quality, most features, and best sellers. They're right under that $2,000 mark, and all absolutely fantastic options. You're not going to go wrong with any of them. So starting with the A5, this is the Wicked Wing model. Make sure that chamber's clear. So what you get with the Wicked Wing that sets it apart from other A5s is a few features. Number one, and it's the thing that people see first, is the Cerakote. So this is their new tungsten Cerakote. Typically you'd see that burnt bronze look. They've done on the Maxxis, the A5, but now they've switched and started a new one. They're still doing the burnt bronze, but the tungsten is just a new iteration in it. I was a little skeptical at first, but it's really grown on me. I think it looks wicked. Wicked Wing. So on the Cerakote, they do give you a little bit of the bottomland pattern. If you get the Shadowgrass or Habitat camo, it's that pattern as well, so it's different patterns, but you see on the front side, you see on the showpiece, I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, but it picks up in the pattern of the Cerakote. Looks really cool. Definitely sets it apart. Another thing with the Wicked Wing that I think is the best, as far as package wise, what they really give you for the price is these extended Briley chokes. So they call them Briley banded chokes because they look a lot like the duck bands, you know, that you'd shoot on a duck. So you get those, you know, comboing with Briley. It's a really cool setup, great awesome chokes. You're normally paying $100+ for chokes like that, so awesome setup there. Going butt to tip features, starting with the back, you do get what they call their Inflex butt pad. It's going to be a lot better than your basic little piece of rubber that you'd have on a lower entry-level shotgun. So it's going to help tame that recoil a lot with that kinetic drive inertia system. That system is going to be very, very smooth, being the inertia, but you are going to get a little more recoil. So that pad does help you tame that some. Along with the Wicked Wing, you also get the extended bolt release right here, shaped like a shotgun in there, so pretty cool look to that. Also got the raised rib, fiber optic sights, and like the old A5s, you still got that humpback. That's what guys love about this. That's why it stayed along so long, because it points so well. You know, it lines up. It might be funky looking to some guys, but it just works. That's why it's been around for as long as it has. Speaking of being around this long, it is different than the old school A5s because the barrel does not reciprocate like the older ones, but you're still getting the same style, feel, and look to them. It's just an updated model. But overall, great shotgun. It's one of our best sellers, like I said, and it's definitely a worthy advocate for this top 3 position.
Right on, absolutely. All right, moving on. Next on the list is probably the most sold shotgun, I think, and that's the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3. This is their latest and greatest waterfowl gun, or turkey gun. A lot of guys use them for turkey guns now. I mean, there's really nothing you can't do. Sporting clays, turkey, whatever, pheasant shoots. All 3 of these guns will do the job. So, so he went butt to tip on that one. I'm gonna go tip to butt. So, in true grand fashion. So they package these guns with 5 extended cryo chokes, hence it is a cryo barrel. So a common question we get, I'll just go ahead and touch on it. Beretta Benelli mobile chokes do not work in these, so we get that asked a lot. So these are the extended 2 extended, 3 flush fitting chokes. So, and it does have the mod in it right now, which is everybody's favorite. It does have a red fiber optic bead, and it has the mid bead here on the rib. Moving down to the mag cap, it is that triangle shaped style. It is very easy to get a grip on. I'm glad they did that. It's a little changes they made from the 2 to the 3 that that really was a big plus, and I'm glad they did that, because sometimes they get locked on there. It's cold, your hand's wet, whatever, you're weak. It's hard to get a grip on there and get that mag cap off, especially if you put thousands of shells through it and you hadn't cleaned it in a long time. Fore-end feels very smooth, very sleek, just very light shotgun. Few moving parts because it is inertia, so you do get a shotgun that's not as intricate or has as many moving parts as a gas gun. That's one of the pros for inertia, and we've discussed that in past videos too, gas and inertia guns. Let's see, moving down on to the bolt release from the 2s, and I've done a video on the differences from the 2s and 3s if you want to check that out. They did add a bigger bolt release. They did machine this out a little bit better, or re-engineer it, where you're getting shells in there. It's a little more cut to a little better contour, loading shells in there, so you're not pinching your thumb as bad as the older models. Like I got an M2, and if I'm putting shells in there real fast, I'll get my thumb snagged every now and again. So, and also, big plus for you turkey hunters, the Benelli click. I'm sure those of you who know Benellis, you've probably heard that term before. So you don't have to slingshot it real hard home to get it to lock into battery. You can actually just ease it real nice and slow, being quiet, stealthy when you're hunting turkeys, and you don't have to worry about that that dreaded Benelli click no bang. That's broken many hearts. So let's see what else. Everything else pretty much standard with I covered the bolt release, the loading port there. Let's move on down to the stock. So Comfort Tech. Like the 2s and the M2s and the SBE 2s, it does have the Comfort Tech, but this is the new Comfort Tech 2, I believe, or it's their newest Comfort Tech. It's a little more padding, even more, it's going to handle those heavy loads, the 3.5-inch shells, a lot more, not going to beat your shoulder up as bad. So I'm glad they did that. And inertia guns, that's the con of inertia guns. You're going to feel more recoil in an inertia gun. It's recoil operated, hence you're going to get a little more recoil in your shoulder. But if you're tough, it doesn't matter. Nice, same old butt pad. I mean, nothing really new that I know of from the old models. They're easy to pull off. There's no screws in there you got to fiddle with. You can just peel it right off and take the gun down for cleaning and maintenance if you do that sort of thing. So I think that's about got the SBE 3 covered. And it also Bottomland, Max 5, all your favorite colors, Timber, Optifade, Patriot March, we keep all those in stock as well. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in to, last but not least, the Beretta A400 Xtreme Plus, the mouthful. Again, starting from the tip, working to the butt. It does come with 5 extended, all 5 chokes are extended, hard case, and all 3 of these guns have a nice plastic hard case you break the gun down and carry. That's another bonus for all these makers, or these makes of shotguns have the hard cases and shims and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't like the cast on these guns, you can change all of them. They all pretty much include those features and extras you get in the box. So extended chokes, red fiber optic bead, picks up light really nice. It has a nice center bead there, brass mid bead. Phone's on silent. Our phones never stop ringing, never stop ringing. But all right, moving down. Oh, before I forget, the barrel. One of the best things that I think about the shotgun, one of the coolest features, is a Stelium barrel. So what does that mean? Well, Stelium barrel it's more of a competition-ready barrel, and I touched on this on the Beretta video I did. But it has a longer forcing cone. It's about a 14-inch forcing cone, where normally shotguns are around 4 to 5 inches forcing cone. And what that does is help control the shot in the barrel, or it helps the flight of the shot pattern, keeps a tighter pattern, more consistent pattern downrange. And it also helps muzzle rise, and it does help take down some recoil according to Beretta. So very, very nice barrel on these shotguns. I mean, it's a competition grade barrel on a hunting shotgun. You usually don't see these type of barrels on these guns, but that was one of the biggest selling points to me, is the barrel. They put they did a lot of work into it, a lot of R&D, so it works, and it's made a lot of hunters happy, including myself. But and the mag cap is really cool. So it's about a 1/4 turn, it pops right off, and it's nice and green fluorescent color there. So if you drop it, hopefully it'll stand out in the woods or in the duck blind, wherever you are. It is gas operated. Now all the spring and gas system is all up in here in the forearm, so it does make it a little beefier up front. But I mean, that's no big deal to most people, not to me. I actually like it. I think it has a good swing. It still feels really well balanced, even having all those extra moving parts up front, unlike the SBE3 and the A5. So yeah, and touching on gas operated, quick pro and con. Gas operated shotguns tend to shoot faster, especially with the blink system in the Beretta A400, because in a blink of an eye you can empty the gun pretty quick. So that's what theirs is called, the blink system. So it is gas operated. That means even less felt recoil. So you've got the Steel barrel, gas operated, and the kickoff system, which I'm going to get to in a second. I mean, this gun it's one of the smoothest shooting shotguns, if not the most smoothest shooting shotguns we have here on the shelves. So, and moving on down from the barrel, I'm going to get to the controls. I really love the controls. Out of all these, this is my favorite. Nice extended charging handle, big extended bolt release there. It's just, you got gloves on, and even without gloves, it's just nice. I don't know, I'm spoiled on extended controls on shotguns. I think just about all of mine have them, and I like it. I can't go. It's like once you have leather seats, you can't go back from it. So it's the same with extended controls on a shotgun. And it operates very similar to these, to the Benelli, where you can load the mag tube, and no matter how many times you pull on the charging handle, it's not going to load until you press that little button there. Then it launches the shell down into the carrier, and you can load one in the chamber. That is kind of a safety thing too from these companies. That's a really cool feature. And moving down to the trigger guard. So, and this. A lot of people criticize the Berettas for this. Most people that have grown up shooting Benellis or Brownings, Remingtons, whatever. Typically, you find the safety selector right there behind the trigger guard. Excuse me. To me, it's so much more intuitive to have it in front, because when you're fingers straighten off the trigger until you're ready to fire, I mean, it's just right there. Click off, and then you can take care of business. So, to me, that just lines up so much better. When I go from shooting my Beretta to a Benelli, I hit the shell release instead of the safety, and it's just a mess. So that's why I stick to just hunting with my Berettas. So moving on down, it's got this nice grippy rubbery texture on the pistol grip here, and it also has it up here in the forearm. So you're rock solid when you're holding onto the gun. So especially if you've got sweaty palms, you're not going to slip off like Michael. But all right, and one of the biggest sellers, coming on down to the butt here, the kickoff system, which has been, Beretta's putting that in most of the Explorer lineups. They have the kickoff system, and it's just a shock absorber in your stock, pretty much. That's the best way to describe it. So shooting 2 3/4 HVs on a dove field, I mean, it's like shooting nothing. And shooting the big heavy 3.5 inch shells, I mean, it's going to save your shoulder a lot of grief. Yeah. I mean, my wife and my buddies, I mean, even my mom shot this thing, she's like, wow, that doesn't kick at all. That's amazing. Yeah. I want that shotgun. So that is one of the biggest pluses about this gun. Micah, did I leave anything off, or what do you want to add to it?
Yeah, so I mean, these three, they're very similar but very, very different in a lot of different ways. There are some things that they do the same. There are some things that really make them stand out. As far as, like Seth said, the kickoff system in Beretta versus other two stocks, all different designs. Two of them are gas. Two of them are inertia, like the A5 and SB3. One is gas, the Beretta. A lot of different features. And I think it really depends. What do you primarily hunt? What are you primarily wanting to do with it? That would help me decide which one do I want to go with. Right. Between the three, between how you hunt, what do you lean towards on these, Seth?
Well, confession, I own, I own Beretta and Benelli, but I got an A400 Xtreme Plus as my go-to do-it-all shotgun, and I've also got an older one I use for a dove field, and I mean, they just work for me. And I mean, I've shot a lot of shotguns, cleaned a lot of them, tested a lot of them. There's such, you know, there's good things to say about all the brands, and especially these three on the counter. I don't know, man. The Beretta A400 won me over, but if you were to hand me any one of these three guns and say, hey, we're going on a goose hunt, duck hunt, whatever, pheasant shoot, clay shooting, I mean, it would be, I would feel confident in my firearm, you know, that I'd be successful. They all work well, and there's something good to be said about all of them. And again, it comes down to personal preference, gas, inertia. That debate will never end. Some people think, oh, if you drop a gas gun in a mud hole or a duck blind, it's useless. It's just not. It's not true. You know, it's modern gas guns, and we touched on it before, are built to, you know, go into the nasty stuff. I mean, this is sold as a waterfowl shotgun, and it's designed to be used in those conditions. So, and it has the rotating bolt on the A400, just like the Benelli and the A5. So, but yeah, again, look, don't let that be the determining factor just because we pick any one gun. I mean, that's the A5 Wicked Wing. Sold a ton of them, a lot of happy customers. It's Benelli. I mean, do I even have to say it? The Benelli is one of the best-selling shotguns. It is the best-selling shotgun we have. So, what about you, Micah? Which one of these three would you like to take home with you?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends, like I said, on what I always want to do. I don't duck hunt. I'm not a Duck Dynasty fanboy like a lot of you. Just kidding. But if I did duck hunt, I gotta agree with Seth. That A400, I mean, it's a beast. You know, they claim this kickoff takes 70% of the recoil. And all my buddies I've sold these to, everybody that I've sold them to in the shop, they come back and tell me it is real. I mean, it really is a smooth shooter. And I mean, taking that into account, you know, if you're hunting goose or you're shooting 3.5-inch loads all day, that's priceless. I mean, that's a big advantage for me. It is a little bit thicker and heavier than the two, but it points great. That raised rib really lines up awesome. Like Seth was saying, the extended controls are awesome on these. So I mean, if I was a duck hunter, I'm picking A400. But I think, you know, I'm typically turkey and dove is kind of what I stick with. If that's what I'm doing, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and this is what I really would choose, is the SBE3. I think it's between the two, or between the three, to me, it points the best. Very streamlined feel. That's one thing from Benelli. I think they do really have an advantage towards other brands, is they're very streamlined, very natural feel. They're thin, they're light. So to have on your back, you know, if you're walking a few miles on a turkey hunt, which can happen, it's nice to have that lightweight gun. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like I said, light, it points very, very well. Yeah, it's going to recoil a little more, but, you know, a turkey hunt, you're not shooting all day like you would a duck hunt, so you're not worried about recoil as much in that sense. So for all intents and purposes, I think that the SB3 does fit the bill for a lot of different things. So I'm going to go with SB3 on that one. That's just me. So hey, you might have another option. These three are great options. You know, you're not going to go wrong with any of them. But
excellent points, man. Yeah, yep. That's, you know, if you want fewest moving parts and, you know, the inertia guns, the A5 and the SBE3, they're high speed, low drag. They're, you know, they don't require as much maintenance. Not saying that the A400, you know, requires a ton, but it is they do get dirty and they run for a long time. So like a lot of us. But all right, well, I think we've just about nailed all the points we could, you know, hope to remember. Yeah. So that's a lot, man. And I know this is a little bit longer video than we normally do, but I think we owed you guys some more time because we've been away for a while. But we're going to keep the videos coming. If you guys keep watching, we appreciate all the comments. I'm trying to get through, back to reading through them again and responding. Just please bear with us. The gun industry is still upside down on its head. Yeah. Our business is, it's just, as you can see, I mean, ammo shells, people are commenting in the videos, no, we do not have the ammo that we had in prior videos. Those days are gone. Hopefully they'll come back, but it'll be some time, unfortunately. So, and with the next 2-3 years, who knows? But yeah. Just hope and pray it all gets taken care of. And so, but anywho, all right, I guess we'll just wrap this up. All right, guys, well, we appreciate you watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, all that good stuff. Stay up to date with all new products and events happening here in the stores. Sometimes we do giveaways and hats and t-shirts.
Yep. And like that. Every month this year, for Instagram and Facebook, we're doing a giveaway. So stay tuned. Good stuff coming. And last week we gave away brand new duck camp shirt. Also some second and third place prizes. So a lot of chances to win. We're going to have some awesome giveaways coming up. So
that's right, guys. So just stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.